What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing another Manchester City transfer update. We seem to be rolling these out daily, so make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then subscribe, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. I am aiming for 7,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. At the time of recording this video, we're now less than 60 subscribers away, so any help towards that will be much appreciated. And don't forget, when that transfer window does open, we'll be doing daily Manchester City transfer updates. Don't forget also you can find my social media links in the description below and popping up on screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. You can also find my email in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. We're going to be ambitious, 250 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. And don't forget also, leave your thoughts in the comments below for this video too of these transfers. What are your thoughts? I'm always interested in what you do have to say. And just a quick pointer to put out there. Done my live watch along yesterday for the Southampton game. Go and check that out if you haven't already with my thoughts during the game. Now, just quickly before I crack on with this video, I'm just going to reiterate a point that I was making on my live stream yesterday of Manchester City. It was all down to individual mistakes as to why we didn't manage to win that game. And so, obviously, positions that we've looked at before in the transfer market, we know we need a centre-back. I didn't feel that was too much of a problem yesterday. However, Zinchenko making the mistake, City, we know, could well be looking at left-backs, and I would like to see City looking at a left-back this summer. And I think yesterday just proved that we do need quality competition for Benjamin Mendy, in my opinion, and moving Zinchenko either on to another club or Zinchenko moving to his more natural position. I find it very difficult to criticise a player that he's not playing in his natural position. That's just my opinion, though. Obviously, he could have done a lot better with not losing the ball, but there we go. He's in a vulnerable position at the back, and it isn't his natural position. I would like to see a left-back signed this summer, if I'm completely honest. But also, I felt like, for the first time, we needed an attacker. Leroy Sané's left Manchester City. We've got money to spend there. I feel like we need not so much a striker that everyone's talking about, because we only play one up front, and I'm happy with Aguero and Jesus to go for another season. Obviously, Sterling can play up top too. I feel like we just need another attacker. So that's a player that can play out wide, on the left, on the right, and it'd also be fantastic if the player can play through the centre too, but more than anything, a wide player that can score goals. And that's obviously what Leroy Sané did offer to Manchester City when he was playing on a regular basis. He was a wide winger, an attacking player who scored goals, and we've lost that. And I would like us to sign an attacker that can score goals. That's what we need more than anything. I love Mahrez, I love Bernardo Silva. They're very technical, very gifted football players, wonderful football players, but we need goal scorers. We need players that know where the back of the net is and how to put it in. I look to Liverpool, Mane, Salah, wide players, both of them know where that net is. They're both always up in and around the top goal scorer in the Premier League, whereas with Manchester City, we did have it with Sterling, Sané's capable, Aguero's capable. Obviously with Aguero being injured, he's got, I think, one more year left on his contract. It's running down, that contract. We know that we've lost Sané as well. We need a goal scorer. That is an area of concern. That is an area that I would like to see Manchester City target. And I do later in this video have an update on that. So let's crack on with this video and let's speak about the outs first very quickly. A Bola in Portugal. They're reporting that Sporting Lisbon, they would like Pedro Porro on loan for next season. He's currently out on loan at Real Valladolid until the end of the season. And Sporting Lisbon, who formed with Manchester City last season to form a partnership with City, would like to send him out on loan. We all thought that it might have been a partnership that's formed to see Bruno Fernandes sign for Manchester City. City ended up not pursuing that. Man United did and ended up signing Fernandes instead. But I thought that partnership is still in place, and Sporting Lisbon potentially looking to utilise that to try and bring in a quality player like Pedro Porro out on loan. And in my opinion, I think that would be a very good loan for him. Now that's all I've got for the outs. So we're going to move on to the ins, and we've got three very interesting stories in terms of Bennacer, Koulibaly and Leon Bailey. So we're going to speak about Bennacer first. Now, Ismael Bennacer, he's apparently got a release clause in his contract for €50 million, according to La Gazette Du Fenec. I'm not too sure who they are, I've never heard of them, but they're not the first source and they're not going to be the last source that has reported about this €50 million release clause, but they're saying that it's not active until next year, which means AC Milan for this summer, they are free to put a price tag on Bennacer, which is more than likely going to either be €50 million or even more. Obviously, that release clause is going to be there for next year, but for this year, it isn't there, and so they're able to set their price, which means that Bennacer could well not be leaving AC Milan. They are determined to keep hold of him. Manchester United have been linked. Manchester City have been linked. AC Milan, though, they remain certain, they remain confident that Bennacer will not leave Milan this summer. So make of that what you will. It's all quiet on the central midfield in Manchester City at this moment in time. City seem relatively comfortable. Things do change throughout the summer, but what I'm hearing, Aura, all quiet. Bennacer, being distanced. So, yeah, that's how we're heading in the market at this moment in time. It's difficult to try and judge what's fact and what's fiction, but City are going to get linked with lots of players. Bennacer, perhaps an option, perhaps not. There we go. That's how the transfer market is. We have got an update on Kalidou Koulibaly. Again, this is quite interesting as well. The Telegraph reporting that Napoli, they are going to make Kalidou Koulibaly available for transfer this summer. They've not received any indication, though, from Manchester City that we are going to make a move. We know that City are interested in bringing in a top-class centre-back. So Koulibaly ticks that list. We know that Manchester City want a centre-back this summer, a first-team player that can slot in and form a comfortable partnership with Aymeric Laporte and can play on that right side of defence, which again, Koulibaly ticks that list. City are more than likely going to have to pay big for a proven centre-back if that's what they're looking for, and I've heard plenty of times this summer that City are looking perhaps at two centre-backs this summer. One of them will be a proven centre-back, an experienced centre-back, which again, Koulibaly ticks that list. We know that City are interested, they've just not made their move yet. They're umming and ahhing, they're not too sure if they want to make a move or not. They're probably going to assess their finances, see how much Napoli want. Napoli, in the meantime, they know that they're going to get a good amount for Koulibaly. They know there's going to be interest from across Europe, even if it doesn't come from Manchester City, so they're making plans elsewhere. Previous video I've reported that they've had a look at Lille centre-back Gabriel as a replacement for Koulibaly, and I find this really interesting that Koulibaly will be made available for transfer because they're planning to spend big this summer. They're being linked at this moment in time with Lille forward Victor Osimhen for £70 million, which means that that's what they're probably looking for Koulibaly. They're probably looking to try and get a good amount for Osimhen and Gabriel to try and bring them a couple of players in from Lille, and that money that they're going to spend will be what they manage to make with the money sold for Koulibaly. So that tells me how much money they're looking for Koulibaly is probably going to be north of £70 million. Manchester City are interested. Do I see us going to £70 million? Maybe not, but I can see us going just a little bit below that and putting on some add-ons, which I have heard again. Not sure how reliable it was from the Transfer Podcast and Duncan Castle saying that Napoli would be willing to sell for a little bit less, so like the £50-60 million, as long as there is big, what shall we say, achievable add-ons for Manchester City and Napoli to come to an agreement. So the upfront fee will be a little bit less, but the add-ons will be achievable, and that's exactly how City's managed to get, in my opinion, a good deal for Leroy Sané. So City still having a look at Koulibaly, not made a move just yet. When City do make a move for any player, I'll be the first to let you know, but City aren't going to make a move for any player until the transfer market does open. But City will be having a good look at players now to identify targets and contingencies. When we get word of that, I'll include them in my update. Now we've got a little update on Leon Bailey. Manchester City were scouting him this weekend in the match in the German Cup final between Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern Munich, which Bayern Munich won, by the way. City had a good look at him. They know that he's available for roughly around £20 to £30 million. It's been reported by David Ornstein at The Athletic that Manchester City potentially going to be looking elsewhere for another player. It wasn't too clear in the article as to whether City were going to be looking at other wingers instead of Leon Bailey, or whether City were just going to move their priority towards other areas, which I presume is going to be in defence. You would think, going off what's happened this season, centre-backs and a left-back would be the priority for Manchester City. But it reiterates what I was saying just at the beginning of this video, that City have to be having a look at attackers. Leroy Sané has left. We're an attacker down. I would like to see an attacker signed for Manchester City. A player that knows where the back of the net is, a player that knows how to score goals, a versatile player, can play on the left, can play on the right, and play through the centre too. We know if we want to target a top-class player like that, and off the top of my head I can't think of too many players that would fit that bill. but we know we'd have to spend big to make that happen. It could be a case where Jesus maybe starts being used for the rest of the season, potentially as a left winger rather than a striker, and City might have a look at a striker, but we know strikers are going to cost a lot of money. So I'm talking players like Lautaro Martinez at Inter Milan, who'd cost like near £100 million. These are the types of players that I'm talking about. So it's interesting. Jadon Sancho, again, is another attacking player, good goal scorer as well. He's a player that always likes to get involved. Again, it'd cost a lot of money. We're talking like 90 to £100 million, but we know that City do get a discount with that 15% sell-on fee. So there we go. So that's been the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed the video, aiming for 250 likes. So any help towards that will be much appreciated. Don't forget also leave your thoughts in the comments below. Very pessimistic, this video. I'm hoping for, as the week goes on, we'll get some more good news and we'll have some targets identified and some more positive news, and City will start making a move in the transfer market, is what I am hoping for. Don't forget also, subscribe if you're new around here, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on to be notified immediately when I do upload, to keep you in the loop with the latest Manchester City news and transfer news. We're expecting a verdict from CAS within the next week or so, so I'll be putting out a video for that when there is a verdict. Make sure also you go and follow me on social media, my Twitter and Instagram in the description below and popping up on screen. I'll be tweeting about Manchester City stuff, the latest news like CAS results that's coming up within the next week or so, and also the latest transfer news, retweeting sources and stuff like that. So worthwhile following me on my Twitter. Go and check out my Instagram too. Email in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, and I'll be back again more than likely tomorrow for another Manchester City transfer update. So I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC. Hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your day. Hope everyone is safe and well too. Go and check out my live watch on that I did of the Southampton game as well if you so wish, and I'll see you all again for the next video. Peace. Ciao for now.